Hello boys and girls, and welcome to my preview and predicted lineup to tonight's game between Arsenal and West Ham. The preview is a little later than normal because I was involved in a charity football match yesterday for DTFC. We've got the weekend off from league action, so it was an opportunity to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of a game with a relaxed feel, and to go out and earn some money for a really good cause. If you haven't seen the match and the highlights, then do go over to the DTFC YouTube channel and check out what was a very eventful game. We won that one quite comfortably, but it was more about what we did for the cause and what we did for charity. And the penalty shootout that we took part in at the end was eventful, to say the least. So I will leave links in the description so you can get yourself over there and watch. Now, tonight, Arsenal are back in action. Second Premier League game of the season at home to West Ham. On paper, you look at this and you say, 3 points, easy, should be able to wipe the floor with them. But you never know with West Ham. It depends which team turn up. Last season, when we played at home against West Ham, we didn't have it easy and we scraped through, should we say. It was Lacazette that scored the goal, and it was actually ruled out for offside, and VAR overruled the decision. So it's one of those, which Arsenal turn up. The way we've been playing towards the latter part of last season, and even the way that we've started this, I'm looking at it and saying that we should be able to dispatch West Ham quite comfortably. We should be able to use home advantage despite the fact that we don't have fans in the stadium or anything. And we should be able to use the confidence that we're playing with at the moment and deal with, what is in front of us. West Ham, they're in an absolute mess. They're a shambles right now. If you speak to West Ham fans, they'll tell you they're disillusioned with what's going on. West Ham, for me, are one of my favourites to be relegated this season because of the mess they're in. And it's not so much the players' fault. It's not so much David Moyes' fault. It's to do with the owners. Gold, Sullivan, Brady. They're pulling West Ham apart. And it's sad to see. I don't like to see it. I've got no problem with West Ham. I've got a lot of mates that are West Ham fans. And it's sad to see, like I was saying. And we think that we've got it bad. And we moan about Stan Kroenke and what we're doing as a football club. I'll tell you something, West Ham fans won't mind Stan Kroenke in comparison to what they've got. And I wouldn't like to be in their situation. But again, like I said, it's going to be down to what team turns up in terms of West Ham. Whether they're going to put a really big performance in. They have dangerous players. Declan Rice, Mikel Antonio. So many players that you can think about that can cause problems on their day. If we get an early goal, a bit like the Fulham game, I think that will settle things down. I think that will allow us to be able to play football then. Be interesting to see whether West Ham, play with a deep lying block, which has always been a bit of an Achilles heel for Arsenal, but something that we seem to be able to deal with now under Mikel Arteta. It's something that we're learning to adapt to. So it's going to be an interesting game, and team selection is going to be key. I don't think there's going to be wholesale changes, if I'm being honest. I think that we've got a Carabao Cup match against Leicester on Wednesday night, where you may well see the likes of William Saliba. I don't think he's going to be involved in this game because he was involved in the under-23s last night. And I think that, with players like him, he's going to be brought into the side gradually. Wednesday against Leicester is the ideal preparation for William Saliba to bring him into that kind of game. Because, of course, our next league game is Liverpool away at Anfield. And we've got a run of games after this West Ham one where you're looking at it and on paper it looks daunting. We've got the likes of Manchester City away, Manchester United away, Liverpool, like I said. We've got Sheffield United at home in there as well. So it's a difficult run of fixtures, and this is the one where you've got to look at and say 3 points and 3 points only. It's as simple as that. Anything less is simply not good enough. And yeah, like I was saying, personnel, I feel that it will change on Wednesday. We do luckily have a bit of a gap in terms of the turnaround before we play Liverpool, because that's not until a Monday night. But given, you know, what I was saying, it's that opportunity. But this one, nah, we can't take too many risks. We're going to have to go with a pretty strong lineup, and players will gradually get minutes and start, you know, getting into the starting lineup again. Players like Nicola Pepe, for example, the ones that have been later back and gradually getting their self back up to speed again. So with that said, let's go with the predicted lineup. Starting off in goal, Leno. Pretty straightforward now. Emi Martinez has left to Aston Villa. I think that Matt Macy is the backup goalkeeper at the moment. But we'll see what happens in due course as to whether we're going to be bringing in someone else. One or two even. Depends what you believe in the papers. In the defence, I think we're going to stick with the three at the back. It's kind of a 3-4-3. But it does alternate into a 4-3-3 dependent on whether we're in and out of possession. So it's very interesting. But on the right of the three, I'm going to go with Rob Holding. I think that he will play in this. I think that he will be involved. And I've got no problem with it. So pretty straightforward decision in my opinion. In the centre of that three, I'm going to go with David Luiz, back from injury. And I think that he will be a key component in there. He will kind of be that player that's got the experience and the knowledge to guide everybody around him. So straightforward decision. In the left-hand side of that back three, I'm going to go with Gabriel. And I think that he was quality on the opening game against Fulham. He's going to learn, he's going to adapt, and he's only going to get better. So that's what I will go with for this game, and that's Gabriel. Now, in the wing-back positions, first of all, left wing-back, I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney. I'm going to bring him out of that left centre-back role and put him in a more advanced role where I think that he can cause all kinds of problems. And for me, it's a pretty straightforward decision. Now, in the right wing-back role, I think we've got a few options here, to be quite honest with you. I think Hector Bellerin is most definitely an option. I thought he had a really good game against Fulham and he's looking all right since the season started. We also got Ainsley Maitland-Niles. And then we've got Cedric, who seems to be right down in the pecking order at the moment. And it does kind of make you sit there and wonder why we actually bought him full time if, you know, we've got Hector and Ainsley there. But we'll see what happens with that. But I feel that given his performance, not the fact that he played, you know, better than Ainsley, shall we say. I just feel that the natural balance on that side, I will go with Hector Bellerin to start with. And some will say that's maybe a little unfair on Ainsley, but given the fact that Tierney is more natural in the left full-back role and he's better in that position and more dangerous in an attacking third, that's why I would put him ahead of Ainsley on that left-hand side. And yes, neck and neck for that right-hand side. It just depends what your preference is. But I feel that Hector played that well. I'm going to have to give him the start for this game. In the centre, I'm going to start off with Granit Xhaka. Pretty straightforward decision. You see how important he is to the team. And there's no doubt about this in any way, shape or form. Now, alongside him, few decisions. I thought Dani Ceballos was excellent when he came on, but he still needs more minutes. So I'm going to start with Mohamed Elneny because he done that good against Fulham. And if he plays that well, then you're just going to have to play him for the, you know, moment that we're in this process until the transfer window shuts and we may well bring somebody else in or Elneny may move on. But at the moment, yeah, I would play Elneny, and with Dani Ceballos again Wednesday night, I will bring it to the point of that. He will be key and so important, you know, going forward. But Wednesday will be where he looks to get more minutes and really get up to match speed, shall we say. So I'm going to start off with El Neni. Now, in the attacking three, I think this is very interesting. And like I said, with Nicola Pepe, I feel that he's going to get his minutes and start moving on from here on. And Wednesday night will probably be the one where he starts. I don't think he will start today. And I think on the right-hand side, we will go with Willian again. 3 assists. And I don't think there's any issue with this in any way, shape or form, to be quite honest with you. So that's what I'm going to go with. And that's Willian. Now, on the left of that three, I'm going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. New contract. Let's hope he doesn't have that new contract syndrome. And things start to go downhill. I don't think it will, because he's just an unbelievable player. And his goal scoring record right now is phenomenal. And I think that he will continue that against West Ham. Absolutely no problems, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Up front as the main striker, Alexandre Lacazette. Off to a goal scoring start against Fulham, which will do his confidence the world of good. I thought his held up play and everything else was really good. Link up with Willian and Oba and everything else. No issues whatsoever. So I'm going to go with Lacazette. So there we go. That is it for my preview and my predicted lineup. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about that lineup. Do you agree or disagree? If you do disagree, what would you change? Do remember, get over to the DTFC YouTube channel to check out last night's charity game. On Sunday, we have last week's league match coming out. You do want to tune in for that one, because it was a very eventful game, shall we say. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.